The end is almost here, I guess. Could you please tell me when sight and sound first appear? You might see that at extremely risky levels, folks, according to Larry Fink, CEO of the biggest manager in the world, Blackrock. And such it is. Are you all set to experience life in a new world? Am I correct? For one thing, this very situation will pave the way for a brand new monetary system. Investors will continue to purchase US Treasuries following the issuance of $11.1 trillion in initial additional debt since the events of 2020, as he warned in his annual letter to American investors. The situation is more pressing than I can even recall, end quote, Kansas Zoom. And it keeps stacking up for a very long time, you guys. Absolutely unbelievable. I see. So give that some thought, everyone. The debt bubble is a real concern. This is your strong economy, constructed on top of a pile of debt. Hey, it's totally Americanism at its finest. This, however, has all been prearranged. Am I correct? For what reason is this reason? Put it in your mind. Don't you think that's strange? I want you to think about why I mean, surely Bitcoin didn't come about because of some made-up character named Satoshi Nakamoto. Afterwards, Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP followed. Plus all those other S-coins and meme coins. Don't you think those other coins were just made up, dude? Give that some thought. Totally simultaneously. America is on the verge of collapsing. Isn't that significant? Will a transfer take place? Am I correct? By the way, you should notice that it mentions trending as well. Am I correct? I didn't look that up, you guys. Thus, it is currently somewhat peculiar. Also, I would want to mention that if any of you like this video, I would greatly appreciate it. I appreciate it. Please. The fact that the three most recent market catastrophes have all occurred just before elections makes the whole thing even stranger. 2008 and the year 2000. Your recurring pattern is on the right. A reason is always there, isn't there? We simply need to figure it out and stay one step ahead of the herd. Please don't take this video as financial advice. On the other hand, red flags are certainly visible. So, here are two possible outcomes. One is what I'm calling the Moriso recession, isn't it, rather than being depressed? That concludes scenario 1, which involves black swans. A recession, I see. Because I believe we've reached this zone, the second scenario is the collapse. Because of what Jerome Powell said on March 29, I do not believe that we have yet reached the breakdown point. To put it bluntly, a recession cannot be ruled out. Guys, I'm telling you this because something doesn't add up right now. For the sake of argument, Zuckerberg sells an additional 150 million shares of Meta stock. Am I correct? This occurred on March 27, just a few days ago. Hey there, check out that 39 million and 20. That's 3 million, 15 million, and 22 million. Everything was for his benefit. Am I correct? From what I can tell, he plans to keep selling cars. Am I correct? The fact that Coinbase executives have sold almost 300 million worth of their own stock in the last month speaks volumes about their optimism. I see. It's all in good fun. When you watch your own executives relentlessly marketing, it's hard to deny that this is clinically bullish. Examine every sale. Am I correct? For all this cash, dudes? I don't know what's right if this isn't a red flag. Then there's breaking news on Reddit, since, you know, hatters have been unloading their shares since the IPO, too. While their chief technology officer CTO made 6 million, the chief executive officer CEO made 16 million. The CEO subsequently made 16 million by selling stock. Also, I have a feeling that's her own business. I understand. submitted to Reddit. Therefore, we must inquire, gentlemen, about the ever-old question of why this is taking place. Am I correct? Their desire to leave begs the question, why? Simply said, they would be extremely bullish if they were holding or even purchasing us, legitimately speaking. On the other hand, if you're selling a stake in your own business, you should sell your own shares. It seems like your faith in your own company is fading, isn't it? As it continues to descend, it will continue to descend. Simply put, it's dumping. Why? Because, hey, you never know what they might know, you guys. By the way, these folks usually sell before big events, don't they? In most cases, no. Blackrock, a 10 trillion asset manager, warns that a static electricity problem might destroy an AC solar array. The 34 trillion in AC assets have long been a cause for concern for many in the nation, and we must add to this urgent warning from Blackrock's CEO. I see. Not to mention how dependent they are on the dollar now. The world's central banks are now diversifying their currency holdings in case the inevitable collapse happens. Quite intriguing. I see. Quite intriguing. Fascinating, fascinating. So, is this the reason why a lot of people wanted to diversify their assets, and a lot of those people bought gold? Absolutely. Regarding why individuals are rushing to buy gold given the precarious state of the economy at the moment. Finally, a nation with a large national debt. According to Fink, Larry, this is also a scenario where fighting inflation would be considerably more difficult, as monetary policy makers would be unable to raise rates without significantly increasing the already unmanageable cost of debt servicing. I understand. A number of prominent figures in the financial sector have spoken out about the debt crisis, including the head of BlackRock. The debt crisis was characterized by Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan and Chase, as the most predictable crisis in history. I see. What if, however, the exact opposite occurs every time something extremely predictable? I mean, what if the value of the dollar remains stable? Strange, isn't it? Imagine amounting for AC sporands that could bring down an AC staller, wouldn't you? Clearly, this is a common concern for all of these individuals. Which, my friends, is strange. Just in case, am I not in cryptos? I am not wealthy or anything, you know. A tokenized gold version was actually released by HSBC. Proper shape. Anyway, rather than financial gold, you could simply buy that person's. Am I right? It's a retail thing. In Hong Kong, I'm genuinely sure. At this moment. Not altogether. However, in the event that not mixed up, folks. We were alluding to that, everybody. So assuming you all might want to purchase gold, truly, I'd prefer not to buy actual gold, you folks. I see. On the off chance that I need to, I would. Yet, this moment, I'm all fundamentally on cryptographic forms of money. I see. I'm not stressed over this at the present time. I see. I don't feel like there's anything to stress over with the exception of a dark swan occasion. Sort of concerns me somewhat, right? That. However, I don't believe it simply yet. Presently, explicitly, that's what the CBO noticed. Assuming spending stays unaltered, the financial plan deficiency could increment fundamentally corresponding to GDP. Over the course of the following 30 years, we're over the workplace caution that an activity could increase the gamble of a financial emergency. Presently, here's my blueprint goes right. For the subject of the breakdown on a dark swan. However, the subject of the breakdown, I'm about to hold most likely my XRP right, simply the one coin goodness, certainly hold is presumably XRP in the event that it hasn't made another record-breaking high. The video closes there. Help me out and buy into my channel. Farewell for the time being.